Good morning. Here I am Pramod Dastoorkar, heading training placement at KJ campus. I have given more than 3,500 students to good jobs in engineering, given chance to 25,000 students for getting placement. I am in training placement from 12 years. I am Federation of TPO Vice Chairman, holding the post of Vice Chairman now. Now today, one of the bright thing we came to know from our KJ campus that our student Urja Patel got placed in Accenture. So that's a great thing, very nice thing. And that too, she is from electronics background. The students from electronics, they are struggling a bit, and this is one of the best example that she got into Accenture now. Congrats, Urja.
Thank you so
That's
much.
great. Now you are. This is 18th of December today. Just two days back,
Yeah.
you have faced Accenture in Singapore, and you are with the offer of Accenture. You are probably the second person from in Accenture from KJ campus. Now, please share your experience about the aptitude and the whole process.
Okay, fine. So for Accenture, there was holding the aptitude test in Siagat Kondwa College, where it was started from morning 10. There were batches. There were almost 470 students appearing for the aptitude test. So in aptitude test, it consists of psychometric test, logical reasoning, English, and C programs were even there. So it is 90 questions for 1.5 hours. You have to solve it. You have to practice hard for it. The best to practice it is from IndiaVix. It will help you a lot. Another, you can practice from RS Agarwal. If you take one topic per day and practice for even 1 hour, that's sufficient for you. So that was I was in the last batch to appear the aptitude. So it was still around evening 7 p.m. and the next day, right at the night, almost around 10, I got the mail that I have cleared the aptitude test, and now it's my next interview process. So on the next day at the Siagat Vadgaon College, my interview was scheduled. So I went over there, and there were HR panels of about 3 persons, and we were 5 people at the time which were interviewing. So they were asking questions about tell me about yourself and why should we hire you, what projects you have did. So they were more focusing on projects. So do projects well, guys. And then even where do you stand up in next 5 years? These were the HR questions, and technically they were not mostly asking, but for technical it is mostly C based on strings and arrays, so you can practice on that. So it was a great experience for Accenture Drive, which was held on 15th and 16th.
One important question: what was the exact pattern of aptitude?
Exact pattern. Okay, so there were, as I told, there were the 90 questions.
90 questions, okay?
Okay, so and the time was 1.5 hours. So mostly the questions for mathematics, which were based on sine and cos, the geometrical part on mathematics, and then there were psychometric tests like coding, decoding of alphabets and numbers. These were the questions, and another by side there was a basic English grammar questions, the articles, preposition, antonyms, synonyms, and finally there were some kind of C questions. The normal program were taken, the small programs, just you have to check the output, and last part was the logical reasoning.
Now, one thing you are telling me for the first time, I am hearing that Accenture has included a big part of C.
Yes.
Small part of C.
Small part of C.
This first time I am hearing in the history of mass recruitment by Accenture, there is some part of C being covered for this 2018 batch pass out student getting employment 2019. Now this is December 18 today, and she has faced this in 15th of December. Now this is the latest pattern of Accenture which she is disclosing for you all, my dear students. Please follow this for the coming drives. Number 1. Number 2, the second part which she has been explaining, Urja is explaining that there was no GD.
Yes. That's no GD.
Generally, Accenture being one of the foreign clients to company, they look forward for best GD to be cracked students. GD is compulsory there, but this year there is no GD, right? Now the technical interview part, what was the technical interview part?
There were only simple questions based on C language. That was on strings, how to duplicate strings, what is C language, what do you learn. So they were focusing more on HR part rather than technical part.
टेक्निकल ज़्यादा पूछा ही नहीं. That's right.
उनके
About
क्वेश्चन
project,
they were mostly communication and projects के बारे में पूछा.
projects के बारे
Project के बारे
में.
में पूछा.
Now understand again, in my, always I am counseling in my all my videos that all the students should take project seriously and tell whatever you have done in your project that is being asked. You may go wrong, you may not reach to the output, but your approach, problem solving technique and your attitude towards your project, technical project is seen. And now regarding HR.
Yes, for the HR, the questions asked were first tell me about yourself,
Yes, sir,
which was
right,
the
good.
common, because they were checking the communication over there. So if you had learned another languages like German or all, and you were mentioning, remember even though they know this language, so they will also ask questions regarding that. Means there was my partner, she was sitting beside me, she had mentioned she has learned German. So the HR was even knowing, so he told her to introduce in German. So that's why just put in your resume what do you know. Don't just evaluate that you know, and then at the most you will get the trouble if it didn't happen.
बायोडाटा में बच्चनगिरी नहीं करना है, जो आता है वही लिखना है. What she is telling that what you know, you should write that. Otherwise, you will fall in your own trap
Yes.
by your CV. So writing CV is an art to draw interviewer in your area. What she Pooja is
Make your
mentioning there.
resume by yourself. Don't copy paste others' resume.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's correct.
That's right.
Now, one thing important. You have Pooja being electronics, Urja being from electronics, and how much you were confident, and what is the message for your electronics guys, students?
So the basic you need is to practice aptitude very well. There are jobs. There is nothing like you can't apply for. There are many jobs heading for electronics and telecommunication. And if you practice, you can even crack the APT and technical HR interview or any interviews you can crack. So just try, just go for it. I want to say.
So that's great. Now, what help you got from the department, college, and
The college helped me a lot because in the final year, when I was in the final year, there was the training for the APT which was conducted by the Dastoorkar sir, and I was told to attend it. So I was attending it. I attended all the sessions. There were approximately 14 to 15 sessions which was held by the sir, which was the Microsoft HR. So he explained everything regarding the grammar, regarding the attitude, regarding how to be presentable, how you would dress up, how you would to say what will be your accent, then about the maths, how to crack the FT, how to frame English. So everything the training was given by the sir. So I want to say thanks to the Dastoorkar sir for helping me.
now message for juniors.
Message for juniors, I would like to say just take one book, take one topic and just solve it for at least 20 or 30 minutes per day. You will be able to crack APT. APT is not a big part. So I feel that APT is not a big part to crack from now. And for the interviews, I request you to practice little bit of English grammar. So your fluency and communication will affect a lot. So that's why I request to practice English every day.
It's great. Congratulations again, Urja Patel from Electronics KJ College. Now the takeaway of this interview is, electronics guy is open for all. It's easy to get job. She's happy getting into Accenture. Plus, Accenture is having technical included. There is no GD in Accenture, and it's easy to get in. When she has done it, you all can do it. Wish you all the best. Subscribe our channel. Get in touch with us. Pramod Dastoorkar from KJ Campus Training Placement Department. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Urja.